Hello my dear friends, it's Yuri Tsvetkov, and today I want to make one more video about the golf statistics, and this time this video will be about the best rounds golf statistics. During the third day of the Arnold Palmer Invitational presented by MasterCard, which were finished yesterday, it was one day when the Keegan Bradley, the player from the United States, the golfer from the United States, have shown very good results. He have played with -8 for 64 strokes. And I'm trying to analyze such rounds because it's very rare events. You see that during the 4 days of this tournament, it was just one time when one golfer has played with such a score. 2 or 3 more golfers have played -7, but the -8 is very rare event. In this connection, it's highly interesting to analyze what is the difference between this event and the other events, other rounds, and what is the statistical reasons where from will come in such a good performance. And it's highly interesting that maybe some cases it's dramatical for Keegan Bradley, that not so highly dramatical because he had finished on good position and he improved his results. So he was in on the 10th position together with other guys. But dramatical was the fact that he have played in third day 64, and he have played in the third day in the fourth day 78. So it's 14 strokes, and it seems that maybe it's different players who have started to play this way. Oh, excuse me, just a second. Yes, you can see that if we will try to analyze both those rounds, we will find that it's many reasons to expect that it was the different players, not one of them. But it's not the biggest spread in the history, but it's very close to that. But we are concentrating on the good performance. In this connection, we will analyze just the third day. So for this, I'm making this special spreadsheet in the Google spreadsheets, and this is highly important, highly interesting, and highly useful for different tasks, and includes this one. But before I will start analyzing this performance, I will ask you to subscribe for my golf channel, because for you it will not cost anything, but you will always know that you will find the new videos from this channel, which exactly if you are looking for the golf statistics, I'm oftenly making the videos about the golf statistics. So thanks a lot for your subscriptions. I hope that some of them will do it. So what about the Keegan Bradley, exactly the third day and exactly the round when he have played -8. So we can see that his driving accuracy was not so impressive. It was 64%. His greens and regulation were 66.7%, and his scrambling one was amazingly perfect. Just a second. His scrambling was amazingly perfect. As we can see, he have achieved 12 greens from 18 by the regular stroke, so the greens and regulations were 2 sorts. And in scrambling, these 6 holes were stayed unachieved in this and the greens in irregular strokes. And this connection, for all 6 of them, he have saved a par. It's amazingly perfect, and it's amazingly, you know, that it's perfect, exactly perfect result. And this is highly interesting that in the best years, the good golfers such as the best in the seasons golfers such as the Luke Donald or before that Steve Stricker, and the Tiger Woods in his best times, and many others, the best golfers in their seasons, they had performance when the greens and regulations were very close to 70%, and the scrabbling were close to 2 sorts. But 100%, it's exactly perfect results, which is given him to play without bogeys and to have amazingly good statistics. In this connection, the multiple of the greens and regulations for scrambling, it's amazingly kind measurement for the best rounds performance and for the performance of the golfers. Currently, unfortunately, the strategy have changed. Many people who are coming in the golf who are hitting the ball from the tee shots, and after that they are not so very attentive to the game around the green. And when they are trying to make it and concentrate to training exactly this component of the game, they have a huge improvement in the performance, such as Dustin Johnson, who was not so strong in scrambling. His scrambling was always less than 60% or something close to the 60%, but currently in the end of the last season and the beginning of this season, he had much more better results in the scrambling, and it was highly influencing for his results, including certainly such perfect component of his game as the accuracy of the approaches. So in the case of putting, and just a second before we will start with the putting, I also need to say that Keegan Bradley have made two chip-ins, and in this connection we can see, just a second, I'll put it there. So he have made two chip-ins, and in this connection it's a good idea that maybe we need to calculate not only the scrambling, because scrambling is mostly the saving of the par on the holes whenever the golfer could not achieve the green by a regular stroke. But we can also make additional measurement when the scrambling will be compounded with the chip-ins, and it will show us the better, we will be better informed about the green game around the green for these golfers. So it's also interesting to do it in the future. So short game which we are talking about, first of all we need to say that here is not only results of the short game. I mean that not only putting, certainly, it's also results of the game around the green. It's all the distances which are less than 30 yards, 35 yards to the green. So we can see that here is I'm making them in the yards. So the feet and inches are going to the yards, and we can see that this distance, for example, for on the 15th hole, it was 86 feet and 2 inches, and it's mean that his short stroke on this hole were from distance approximately 29 and 0.4 yards. So here we are putting all the information about the short game, and here we're putting the information about the all strokes. So we can see that on the first hole, for example, in this day, he have played from the tees, which were from 449 yards from the hole, and after first stroke, he have made 4 strokes. After first stroke, he have made the stroke from 176 yards. After that, from 14 yards, and the putt which were finished in the hole were from 2.2 yards. So in this connection we can see the distances for the strokes. So here all 18 holes which were played from the distance 1, which were played for 1 stroke. Here distances for all of them from 2 stroke. Here distances for all of them from 3 strokes, and so on. So only some of holes were finished. In this day he had not birdies on the par 3 holes. In this connection he have not the eagles on the par 4. And this connection here, all his holes were finished for 3, 4 or 5 strokes. And we're calculating what is average figures for this. So let's say that 18 holes were played with average distance 2.4 yards for the first stroke, which were finished in the hole. For finishing in the hole, for 2 strokes, the average distance was approximately 57 yards. For 3 strokes, the average distance was approximately 251 yards, and 437 yards for 4 strokes, and 454 yards for 5 strokes. And we can see the number of the holes which were played. So for 1 stroke, not any hole. For 2 strokes, not any hole. 9 holes were played for 3 strokes. 8 holes were played for 4 strokes, and 1 hole were played for 1 stroke. This is giving us the structure of his game. So we are not looking for the par or how he have played birdie or the the par or bogey, but we see that he have played perfectly. So the distribution of the number of the strokes, and we have the same situation for the analysis of the distribution of these average results for different distances. For example, from one stroke in the hole, were made 17 from 18 were made in the distance less than 10 yards. One of them were made on the distance from 10 to 50 yards. It was 10.9, and it was chip in on the last hole. And we also see that for the those holes which were played for distance for 2 strokes, we see that again he have played 18 holes, and the 5 of them were made, the second stroke I mean, before the finishing of the hole, were made from the 10 and less feet. 8 of them were made from 10 to 50, 1 of them from 50 to 100, and so on. So this distribution also given us the understanding of the distribution of this kind of performance. Such a way we can analyze all results, and we will have a better understanding of the average distances before finishing the holes for different number of strokes, and we will understand the structure of his game, and the distribution of these figures will give us the statistics, long-term statistics, and better understanding what is necessary to do to play holes with such amazing scoring. And we can see that it is highly important that if we will analyze it traditionally, we need to say that most of his results in this day were coming from the better than average performance on the par 5 holes, because he have made 1 eagle, 2 birdies, and 1 hole were played in the par. In this connection, his average result for the par 5 holes were 4 only. It's at least half of stroke better than the average result for the best performance golfers. And plus that 4 strokes were gained from the par 4 holes. And in this connection, his statistics on par 4 holes were also better than average for the par 4, because you see that in long term, even the best players are those ones who are playing in the par 3 holes, who are playing in the par 4 holes at average, I mean, and who are playing 4.5 at average the par 5 holes. In this connection, the all advantage against par and long term is coming, and all the scoring is coming mostly from the better than the par game on the par 5 holes. And this connection, the game on the par 5 holes is highly important for the total statistics of the any player, any golfer. And it's given us the information also for our personal training processes, because you see that we can find the information about the golf statistics of the best golfers, and we can take a look and say, okay, they are playing perfectly. He have played in this day. He have played perfectly, but the golf is the game of the lost holes, but not the best ones, the worst holes. And this connection, he had not the worst holes in this day, and so he have shown amazingly perfect results. Thank you very much, dear friends. Thank you for your attention. I really hope that these videos will give you, maybe in some cases not highly new, but additional information, additional systems of analysis to better understanding of the games of the professional golfers, of the best rounds, and for better understanding of your game. What we need to concentrate, to work hard, to be the best performance for ourselves in our competitions, in our golfing. And again, if we will take the brief summary of this video, I need to say that scrambling is amazingly important part of the game. And plus that, it's highly important that you will make 2 strokes in the hole at average when you are playing from the distances less than 100 yards. And that is the subject why the Dustin Johnson, for example, have told that during his practice rounds on the driving range, when he is training on the driving range, 75% of all his strokes on the driving range is going to the wedges. For us, who have not so huge distances as Dustin Johnson, this will mean that maybe we will need to play with the short irons and wedges. So, and plus that, certainly the scrambling and putting. Those 3 components of the game, approaching, scrambling, and putting, is going the most influencing for our results and our performance. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope that you will subscribe for my channel and you will stay your comments to improve my video. I'm terribly sorry that during this video I have made some mistakes and you know that my English was not so perfect, but I hope that I will improve it, and maybe sooner or later my videos will have the quality which you know, that on the level of my auditorium, because I think that you are the hugely important persons, and I certainly understand that I need to improve some of my skills. Have a good day, have a good golf. I love the golf, and I hope to see you on my channel. Bye.